Non, mais on va attendre.
Non, non.
Sérieux, ça rentre pas.
De rien.
On s'est dit que peut-être qu'il va arriver au bord. Là-bas il y est. Là-bas il y est. Il est arrivé au bord. Il a plus là, il va où après?
Il arrive dans les vignes là-bas.
J'ai plus ma lampe, c'est mon rien que j'ai plus ma lampe. Soit tu continues à la sortie et après elle va nous sortir à gauche. Ouais, ouais, c'est bon.
Tu le fais bien.
Elle a qui la clé?
Elle a tout la clé.
Sur la caméra de mon... Ouais, je ne pense pas. Il y aura du monde, il y aura d'autres côtés. C'est un ce coup là. De toute façon, on va voir, même t'as la place ici, t'as la place là et t'as la place au côté. Yohan, le champ à côté là, il est bon non? Voilà. Vérifie parce qu'il doit y avoir des voitures. En fait, là, sur la caserne, tout devant la caserne, là, c'est là où il y a le food truck, un truc là. Donc en fait, tu fais demi-tour. Là, il faut voir sur les Ignans, c'est le plus près. Là, il faut redescendre à Montreau aussi.
Non, il n'y en a plus.
Ah oui?
Là, il vous faut
Bon, après, tu recules là. Ouais, je recule, on va vers le virage pour bloquer plus. C'est là où vous trouvez.
5 minutes.
Ok.
32 roulettes de 32 avec la pression.
Now, in southern France, a devastating wildfire, the worst the country has ever seen in over 7 decades, is tearing through land at an alarming speed. Officials say the blaze in the Aude region has already scorched an area larger than the city of Paris, leaving behind destruction and tragedy. At least one person has died, another is missing, and more than 25 homes have been destroyed in the village of Saint-Laurent de la Cabresis, about 30 kilometers from Perpignan. The fire, which erupted earlier this week, has now burned through more than 16,000 hectares, and that's about 62 square miles, making it the largest single fire in France since 1949. Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau noted this one fire alone has already consumed more land than all the wildfires in France during some previous years and double the area burned in 2023 as the country faces a new normal of extreme heat and fire danger. Officials say long-term climate adaptation will be critical.
It was very important for us to be there because the disaster is a disaster of unprecedented scale. It was very important because hundreds, thousands of people feel that their most precious possessions, their homes, their vineyards, have been affected.
Nearly 2,000 firefighters are working around the clock to contain the flames, which authorities say are still spreading very quickly. 2,500 homes remain without electricity, and many roads in the region have been shut down. Experts warn that the Mediterranean's dry vegetation and frequent winds turn small fires into massive blazes, and France's wildfire risk is rising fast.
The southern Spain is under siege from both fire and extreme heat. Wildfires broke out across multiple regions on Tuesday as the country endures its second heat wave of the summer, with temperatures soaring past 40 degrees Celsius. In the coastal city of Tarifa, flames have forced evacuation near one of Spain's most popular beach destinations. The video from Tarifa shows thick black smoke billowing into the sky as a wildfire spread quickly through the hills overlooking the beach. The authorities say that the fire was in fact sparked by a motorhome and forced the evacuation of nearby hotels and campsites. The strong winds made firefighting efforts even more difficult, with aerial units and emergency crews being deployed across the area. Now, elsewhere in Spain, firefighters battled another blaze near the town of Ponteseco in the northwestern part of Galicia region. The village of Corme Aldea was evacuated as flames approached residential areas, and these fires have come as Spain continues to swelter under its second major heat wave of summer. The temperatures reached 40 degrees Celsius in several parts of the country, and Tuesday triggered maximum level wildfire alerts in multiple regions. In Madrid, where the mercury hit 39 degrees Celsius, locals and tourists alike struggled to cope, with heat making outdoor work very dangerous, and the authorities have now turned many cultural spaces into climate shelters. The Madrid's Circulo de Bellas Artes is now hosting hundreds of visitors daily, offering air-conditioned relief. Inside of these indoor refuges, people are resting, reading, working and even playing chess as they escape the scorching heat. The Spain's meteorology agency has warned that the heat wave could last longer than expected, possibly extending past the 10th of August.
The distinctive characteristic from other heat waves is that air is barely moving. It's staying there and will remain there, so it's a very stationary heat wave, where we are not reaching extreme heat peaks, but we are reaching temperatures over 40 degrees in a continuous way in many areas.
Now, the Environment Ministry says that extreme heat has already led to more than 1,000 deaths in recent months, with elderly residents most at risk. So as fires continue to burn and temperatures rise, Spain faces a dangerous combination of climate-driven threats with no immediate relief in sight. And authorities are now urging people to stay indoors, stay hydrated and to follow some safety instructions. A fast-moving wildfire is tearing through southern France and near the Spanish border, scorching thousands of hectares and prompting a massive emergency response. The flames and thick smoke have been seen from miles away as crews rush to contain the blaze. Eyewitness footage captured towering plumes of smoke rising into the skies over France's Aude region on Tuesday as a wildfire tore through the countryside near the Spanish border. The sirens echoed across the region as emergency vehicles raced towards the scene. Overhead, firefighting planes dropped water in a desperate attempt to slow down the flames. The Reuters in fact verified the location of the footage using satellite imagery and terrain features and confirmed the date through original file metadata and independent reports. Now, according to fire officials, the blaze has already scorched around 4,500 hectares or more than 11,000 acres of forest, and over 1,250 firefighters being deployed to the area, battling steep terrain and strong winds. The President Emmanuel Macron addressed the situation on social media, saying that the fire is still progressing and that all of the nation's resources are being mobilized. Local authorities say that at least about 2 people have been injured and one of them is seriously injured. The wildfire, visible from the coastlines, continues to threaten communities as crews work around the clock. And it is one of the most intense fires to hit the region this summer. So as heat waves and dry conditions continue to elevate wildfire risks across southern Europe.
France and Spain are battling wildfires. The blaze is spreading rapidly. In France, an airport has been shut down. The rapidly spreading wildfire has reached the outer edge of Marseille, while in neighboring Spain, thousands of people have been told to stay indoors. In southern France, the situation remains critical. At least 5 people and 5 firefighters were injured in southern France, where a blaze continues to burn for a second day. More than 1,000 firefighters were working to bring it under control. The raging wildfire from the outskirts has now descended into southern French city of Marseille, France's second largest city, leading its airport to be shut down. All takeoffs and landings remain halted. Local authorities have urged residents to stay indoors and to keep off the roads. Strong winds have fanned the flames, causing the fire to move exceptionally fast. Firefighting planes are battling the wildfire as key motorways remain closed. In Catalonia, Spain, authorities have imposed a lockdown on 18,000 residents. Several dozens have been evacuated as the wildfire rages out of control, consuming almost 3,000 hectares of vegetation. Large parts of Spain are on high alert for wildfires after the country experienced its hottest summer on record. More than 450 firefighters backed by helicopters and planes were deployed across large swathes of Tarragona, the Catalonian region, battling the blaze. Wildfires have gutted 5,000 hectares of land in southern France, while in Spain, a 30-kilometer hilly stretch along Catalonia has been engulfed.